Hey everybody, what's up? It is Tonight is Movie Night, and tonight we are actually going to be talking about the movie Chernobyl Diaries, which I just saw and just got back from watching. So basically the whole story of this movie is there's basically four main characters. Three of them, which live in America, are going to visit one of the main characters. His brother lives in Russia. And there's two guys and two girls as really the main characters of this movie, at the beginning anyway. But basically they're going to go to Moscow after they go and pick up his brother. His brother then finds a travel guide that's supposedly a extreme travel guide. So basically he goes on all these extreme tours and things like that. So his name is Yuri, and the brother decides that he asks them if they would like to go on this extreme tour to Chernobyl. At first, everybody's not really for it, but then the two girls decide to go, which makes them all decide to go. So I really don't want to tell you any more about necessarily what happens in this movie because I don't want to ruin it for you. But some things about this movie is that there are some pop-out scenes that may get you. I'm not really scared by scary movies, so some of them really didn't surprise me because in most scary movies, there's that build-up tension and then something's going to happen, and that's something that happened in this movie a lot. So I really didn't have all that high of standards when I went to go watch this movie, but something that really disappointed me about this movie is the acting in it, because you can definitely tell that it is scripted, because, it is a scripted movie, but it just didn't really, you could tell they were acting, and I really don't like when you can tell that they're acting. It wasn't horrible, but it definitely wasn't the best. Overall, the movie does kind of give you a creepy feeling when you're watching it, and if you really know anything about the history of Chernobyl, it does kind of have a creepy history to it, just because the fact that it got contaminated by radiation, and then everybody basically had only about 5 minutes to get out. You couldn't really pack anything for anybody that lived there. And it was a growing town, so everybody just evacuated, leaving everything. So that does give you kind of a creepy feeling when you're watching it, because you just know that it's a town and it's abandoned, but there's still people there and they're all messed up and kind of growing off of this town that's dead. So, it is kind of a creepy feeling when you're watching it. But something that kind of bothered me during this movie, there's a lot of things that bothered me during this movie, but one of the other big ones was how the movie kind of plays, because it feels almost if someone is in a haunted house with a camera, just like walking around with a camera inside a haunted house with like people. Like, if you've ever seen any footage of someone like showing off a haunted house or something, that's kind of what this movie feels like, because they're like checking around corners, there's things popping out at them, they're running, you got things popping out of them. So it was kind of like a haunted house feel to it, and I really didn't care all that much for it. But overall, the movie does kind of keep you in suspense, because there's parts where you're kind of like, oh, what's going to happen, And there's some parts that actually kind of surprise you. But overall, out of 5 stars, I'd probably give this movie about a 3. 3 out of 5 stars, just because I really didn't go in expecting all that much, and that's my personal opinion. I really didn't go in expecting a whole bunch from this movie. So I really wasn't disappointed, because I really didn't have any, thing that I wanted it to be like or anything like that. So I can't really say I was disappointed. There were things that bothered me, like the acting, how it was really filmed, and just kind of how it played out. I really didn't care for that. So that's why I give it a 3 out of 5. But if you go in hoping a lot for this movie, it's probably going to disappoint you, so you probably give it a rating of 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, because if you go in expecting a lot, and you don't get a lot, but maybe you will get a lot from this movie. I don't know. So that's my review of Chernobyl Diaries. Tell me what you guys think of it in the comment section below. I'll leave a link for the trailer if you haven't seen it yet in the description below. So thanks for watching. Peace out.